All right, boys and girls, welcome to that weekly show where the brothers hack the Matrix. How are you doing, Highlander? It's good to
I'm
see
hacking
you.
the Matrix, bro. Quick shout out. Thank you everybody that's tuning in. Sorry I don't have the axe on. Quick public service announcement. Wear your sunscreen. I
Oh,
have 8
man.
stitches in this shoulder right here from having a growth removed, so I won't be sporting one of the axes tonight. So sorry about that.
Hey,
We shall
man.
endeavor to persevere.
I need to friggin' clip that one. That man is awesome. The
How are you
little
doing?
outlaw Josie Wales. I'm doing great, man. I'm doing
Cheers, by
great.
the way. Brother. Cheers.
Cheers, my brother. Cheers. I got
Bud.
my virus with lime. I'm good to go. I know you got some smooth ass Jack going there.
Mm. This is the
Anyway,
Jack Daniels barrel proof. Good
barrel
stuff.
proof. Is that the name of it?
Barrel proof.
Barrel proof?
Yeah.
What a deal, man. What a deal.
I went ahead and turned on the overhead light to give me a little bit more light. How does that look? Looks
You
good?
look fantastic, bro. You got a little shadow over the eyes with that hat, but we wouldn't want it any other way. That hat is the bomb.
This is how we do it, man.
We can
Boston Scally Company, by the way, wearing a t-shirt. Shout out to them. I love their hats. They're out of Scranton, Pennsylvania. Boston Scallies. Get yourself one. Unpaid announcement. Boom.
unpaid announcement. Boom. Sounds cool, man. But yeah, yesterday was kind of tough for me. We had a car breakdown, and both of us took the afternoon off and tended to the vehicles.
Yeah.
But some good stuff happened this week, and we will get into it. But right now, I believe our man has some questions.
What do we got? What do we got?
Well, you know what we got, boys and girls. We got the top of the heap. That's what we got. It's those things, those top of the heap stories where we have to see what's going on in the world. And even though we don't want to, we got to cover the main stuff, that stuff that's really causing a comeuppance around the globe.
Yeah, it's
The
we're
first
gonna
thing,
make light of it though, man. That's what we're
yeah,
gonna do.
we're not taking this seriously. You can't. If you can't laugh about this, you're not going to make it, folks. That's
Just ain't
why I
gonna make
call it the clown show that
Yeah,
is 2022.
that's
Let me
it,
go ahead
man.
and bring up the comments real quick so I don't miss any. Yeah, our first story today. Putin has escaped to a secret palace in a forest amid anti-draft protests in Russian cities, a report says. This comes from the Insider. Vladimir Putin has escaped to a sacred palace amid anti-draft protests in Russia, per a report.
Also known as dictator Pootie
Oh man, I'm gonna have to clip some of that out. Pootie Tang. Dictator Pootie Tang. I like that, Dan. That's badass.
my Damien.
Christian is here. He says, "Hey boys, Joe, as long as you stream while I work, I will be here. No problem, man. I like to do it early. I'm an old man. I like to do it early. My brother likes to go to bed early, so we got to make sure he stays on schedule. Because if he doesn't stay
Yeah,
on schedule, things don't go
early
right.
morning
We
for
got to
me,
keep him on
man.
schedule. But thanks for being here, Christian.
Yeah,
Christian
absolutely. Thank you,
Christian is one of our brothers from the Great White North. He's in a French province, I think Quebec. I think, if I remember
Quebec.
correctly.
Okay,
Yes.
Quebec
He's
Nordique.
above mom. He's up there above mom. Our mother is right there at America's First Mile, Christian.
Yep. Yep.
She's right there at Allagash, Fort Kent, around that area.
Yeah,
Right
there you
south
go.
of Quebec, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Country
yeah,
up there, man.
this
Beautiful
guy
country.
is look, this guy is facing some stuff, man. And apparently he's emptying his jails, hey, Dan?
He
Uh,
is. Pulling
Let
up
me blow this
anybody
up a
and
little bit
everybody he
here.
can throw on the
The
battlefield.
headline reads, Cannibal jailed after headless body fell from car joins Vladimir Putin's kill squad.
Do you think he's qualified to do that kind of? I mean, that's a
Qualified to kill
specific
people?
skill set, bro.
Yeah, he could be qualified to kill people. I don't know. Yeah, it says here that Yegor
Yes.
Komarov.
Yes, that is his name, known worldwide. Yegor Komarov,
Okay, Christian's
23 pieces.
Christian says, actually, I'm in Ontario, but French Canadian. Okay, gotcha, man. Gotcha.
Ontario, man. There you go.
My brother, he's all about those. He's all about hockey. Something I'm sure you love being from Canada. That's his
I tell you,
favorite
one of my
sport.
favorite
So.
hockey jerseys is the old Quebec Nordique hockey jersey, which was really cool, man. You can still get that though, but yeah. Welcome in there, Christian. Cool.
All right, let's see. Let's see. Ottawa, most specifically, I think is what it's trying to say. His phone, I noticed this last night. He spelled Louisiana and it came out like Louiiane. It translates from French.
Okay.
Ottawa Senators, he's saying. Ottawa Senators.
There you go.
Yeah.
Ottawa's the capital of old
and it's a French
Canada.
spelling. It's a French spelling of Senators.
Yeah.
Okay, so this guy, I'm going to try it again. Yegor Komarov, 23, crashed his Mitsubishi into a road barrier in Russia, causing the boot to pop open and a headless corpse to fall out.
Whoopsie.
Holy shit. A twisted cannibal rumbled when a headless and mutilated body fell out of his car, has joined the ranks of Vladimir Putin's blood-drenched mercenary squads. This is crazy, man.
Yeah.
I just don't understand, dude. Hang on. There's one other story. I know I wasn't able to pull up right away, and I'm going to pull it up now because I know you sent it to me. Yeah, here it is. Here's another development. Late developing today. Russia to annex more of Ukraine on Friday at the Kremlin.
I mean, they're just grabbing
4 territories, I believe. If I read this correctly,
when
I first got it.
Yes.
Russia planned to annex more of Ukraine on Friday in an escalation of the 7-month war that was expected to isolate the Kremlin further, draw more international punishment, and bring Ukraine extra military and political and economic support. Wow.
He's just freaking doubling down on his...
He is.
Buttigieg is not going to let it go. He's going to go ahead, and I'm telling you what's going to happen to him. He's going to get assassinated, get drugged through the streets. Because, I mean, if you believe what you see in a lot of these news articles, he does not have public support there at home.
No, he doesn't. I like I told you pregame, Dan. I saw a story. On our local news, when they do the national part, they have a really small national section on your local news, right? It's about the middle of the show.
Yeah.
It's after the weather. And they showed guys getting kicked in the street by cops, getting picked up for protesting. And wow, I kind of, when it makes it to your local news, that smoke, there's a fire there somewhere. Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I don't think they're bullshitting about that any longer. I really don't.
You look at that other story that you already pulled up where he sequestered himself in some hidden palace. I mean, he doesn't do that because he feels good about his position in the country. That's for sure.
Yeah.
He's gone to a stronghold now, and I'm telling you, they're going to drag his Pootie Tang ass through the streets before it's all said and done. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah. We got this other one here. Now, I believe you read this one. Kremlin admits to errors in call-ups amid war mobilization.
Whoopsie!
The Kremlin told reporters on Monday that errors were made as the government drafts eligible men for war on Ukraine. Mistakes were made? Really? You're kidding me. Instances of non-compliance are decreasing. That's not what I'm hearing. I didn't throw an article up, but I've been seeing all over the news that serving age men are bailing from that country as fast as they can go. From what I understand,
about last week, right when he started that small call up of what I don't know how they, verbalized it, but
Yeah.
the airports were full of people trying to get out of that country, man.
Yeah.
And they shut those airports down.
It says that errors were made as the government drafts eligible men for the Ukraine. Instances of noncompliance are decreasing. Dmitry Peskov,
Yes, Dmitry, that bastard.
the spokesman for Russian President Vladimir Putin,
Also known as Dictator Putin.
Putin, said of the mobilization decree, according to the Moscow Times. He continued, "We hope this will speed up and that all errors will be corrected."
All errors.
You're going to speed it up to fix errors. That doesn't
speed
sound
it
like
up.
you sound a plan to me.
Wow.
Pootie Tang. Peskov
Politician making a mistake? No way.
Yeah, I can't read any more of that one. That right there, that's a contradiction in terms. That's like military intelligence right there. That's ridiculous. More unrest in Russia, but check it out, guys. We've been told over and over again, we're the only country that has all these school shootings, right? Guess what? It happens in Russia too.
Yeah.
17 dead, 24 wounded in school shooting in Russia, boys and girls. Yeah. That's not in the US. That is Russian children trying to get out of that place. A gunman opened fire in a school in central Russia on Monday, killing 17 people and wounding 24 others before shooting himself dead, authorities said. The shooting took place in school number 88 in Izhevsk.
Yeah. He was wearing black t-shirt bearing Nazi symbols. Oh my God.
Wow.
Mm.
Black t-shirt
Yeah.
wearing Nazi symbols. Wow, man. Wow. That's crazy.
You're never going to know what this guy's motivation
boys and
is.
girls, don't let them lie to you. It happens other places. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't hear about it like we do here. We're inundated by it, but
Right.
yeah, it happens.
Okay, let's see. Next one. A fact check. It says, hang on, let me try and blow this up a little bit. Fact check.
Oh,
Has Xi Jinping been placed under house arrest?
Xi Jinping.
The internet was abuzz with news that about Chinese President Xi Jinping. I can't believe I can actually pronounce that one. Being placed under house arrest. Many Chinese social media handles have said that Xi has been placed under house arrest after the Chinese Communist Party seniors removed him as head of the People's Liberation Army. What? Wow.
That's if this is true, right? So, I mean, if you're an old-time communist, and I'm just throwing this out there, China has positioned themselves on the global market to be like the number one supplier of a lot of goods around the world.
Yep.
And now you've got their face of their republic shaking hands with Pootie Tang. I don't know that does good for business, Maybe the dealings they're doing with Biden is a lot more important than some freaking dictator jumping into war with a neighbor. Maybe they don't want to see that anymore. Kind of like the mafia, you're making too many waves. You need to sit down somewhere and let us go back to business.
Right.
That's my take on it.
Well,
if this is true.
Yeah, if it's true. I mean, this is from one. I'd love for somebody to check into this. One India is the name of the website. One India. And here's a tweet from Jennifer Zhang. The PLA, which is the People's Liberation Army, military vehicles heading to Beijing on September 22nd. That's almost a week ago.
Yep.
That's exactly a week ago. Starting from Honolulu County near Beijing and ending.
They came from Honolulu? What?
Honolulu. Honolulu. Not Honolulu. Rumor has it that Xi Jinping was under arrest after CCP seniors removed him as head of the PLA.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's interesting, right?
I have not seen anything in the news about this.
Norwegian?
That may have something to do with another story. Let me get off of this real quick. That is a late one that we got this week too that I wanted to show. Yeah, let's blow this up a little bit. It may have something to do with him trying to get him involved, man. Let's see. This is out of the Independent. U.S. Coast Guard confirms Chinese and Russian warships off of Alaska.
Yeah. Saw that a couple days ago.
7 vessels from China and Russia were seen in formation off Aleutian Islands. Wow.
Now that whole area between Russia and Alaska,
Yeah, they buzz us all the time over there. Yeah, but the two of them together, that's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know how much you make out of it, but yeah, that's
I think they were doing
can't ignore it, that's for sure.
Didn't we report on? Now I say report. Didn't we read an article?
Yes,
within the last month about them doing exercises together.
Yes,
I believe so. So this could be part of that. I don't think that's ever a good thing when you've got an active shooting war going on with one of them. I just don't think that that's a good thing to be having. Let's see. Let's see what else. What do we got here? Ping. I'm looking to see. Oh, yeah. Danny's favorite subject now. Keeping it light, keeping it real. Meghan Markle, the difficult Duchess, complained about not getting paid for her royal tour book claims. After Queen Elizabeth's death, the reconciliation between Prince Harry and Meghan Markle and the royal family remain uncertain. Before Megxit, I can't believe they actually gave it a name, Megxit.
Megxit, Brexit, who gives a shit?
I can tell you what the Brits were saying.
Let me help you pack.
You know what the Brits were saying to her, right? Oh my God, let me help you pack. Royal insiders revealed that the Duchess of Sussex showed negative behavior towards the staff and even allegedly forced wait. She allegedly forced Prince Harry to put out a statement confirming they were an item.
Look, the only roles I recognize is the Kansas City roles. This bunch of inbreds over here, I give a shit. They had
It's all right, bro. It's going to be okay. That does it for the top of the heap. That does it for the top of the heap this evening, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed hearing about all the global strife that's going on.
Global strife.
But look, guys, the midterms are coming up. Make sure you pay attention to what's going on. You definitely want to do that. We like to have a good joke and laugh about things, but definitely do your due diligence, be a good citizen, and check into your the people you're going to give your vote to, because don't take that lightly, okay?
Yeah, no doubt. Be informed as much as you can.
Yep.
Try to dig through the trash and find something that's real, and definitely get out there and vote. Definitely get out there and vote. So
Christian says, you remember my Meghan meme? Yeah, that was awesome. I wish I had it. That's the new Queen Harry. What he had, Dan, it was a great one, but boy, it was rough. Christian is one of the greatest memers that's ever walked the planet. You know what I thought of when I saw it? It was you remember in Cannonball Run where the doctor says, "I really need more than this." Right?
I really need more than this.
Right? What it is? It's a meme. It's a picture of God, what's his name? Philip. I think it's Philip. Isn't that the other son? Isn't Philip the other son?
We'll say it's Philip, all right?
Okay,
Philip.
The eldest son,
Whatever.
the one that's still in good, standing, and he's the Prince of Wales now, right? He's anyway.
Prince of Prince of
He's
Wales,
sitting there with
Prince
his
of
finger.
Dolphin.
He's sitting there with his finger right underneath the nose of Harry, and he says, "Smell your future queen."
That's
I mean, it was killer, man. I laughed my ass off. My God, I wish I had that one, bro. Oh my God, it was great.
bad.
Yeah, Christian's one of the greatest memers of all time. But anyway, now that we're done with all that stuff, we're about to enter another zone because Al has questions.
What do we got?
What do we
Well, of
get?
course, we got the Jock Strap, boys and girls.
There we go.
We got to take a look in.
In the face.
We got to take a look in at all those guys, that are out there with the cleats, having a good old time, spending
Look,
their
that
needs.
guy's got that jumper down, man.
He does, bro. He does. He's good at what
He's
he does.
badass. It's no doubt.
I know you love it.
The shake and bake on that jumper, man.
Man, he's looking to hurt somebody with that thing. But anyway, let's take a look.
Around the world unite.
Let's see. Yeah, we got
What do we got?
out of Bloomberg, we have Indianapolis Colts owner Jim Irsay says that Seattle Seahawks sees the Seattle Seahawks. That's too many S's in a row. Damn.
Seattle Seahawks. Sale.
Sees Seattle Seahawks as next NFL team for sale. Irsay thinks a potential sale of the team could happen in 2024. Believes Walton-led group bought Broncos for heck of a deal. Well, that's yeah, I'm sure they did. But yeah, what he's talking about here is of course Paul Allen died. God, I want to say in the last 5 years, I think. I don't think it's been a decade, but yeah, he passed away, and the wife has been, or I think it's the sister maybe. Professional sports teams have traditionally been seen as coveted assets, and bids for them remain increasingly competitive as their availability remains scarce. But more National Football League teams are likely to hit the sales blocks, says Indianapolis Colts owner Jim Irsay. There's going to be a few. Irsay, also the Colts chief executive officer, said in wide-ranging interview on Bloomberg Business of Sports show, Seattle, with Paul Allen, my friend, unfortunately passing away, and that team is in a trust. Okay.
That's interesting. I mean, from the outside looking in, Seattle Seahawks look very stable, but you don't see the inner workings. They've got a great fan base.
Yeah,
they've got a great stadium.
I know your first concern was, are they going to move them?
Yeah.
And
anytime I see NFL sale, or any type of professional sports sale, I immediately think of, shoot, are they going to move the franchise? But I could see, if that's in case true, go in there, and it's plug and play. Because again, you've got the great stadium, very modern. You've got a great fan base there.
Paul Allen set him up for a long time. He really did.
Yeah.
When he bought him, that's when they started winning. That's when he hired Holmgren. And that's when they started winning after many, many years of being losers. I've been with him since day one, so I know all about it. And yeah, he was the guy that brought winning to Seattle. I mean, we've talked about it many times. It starts from the top down. And I mean, when Robert Kraft bought the Patriots, that's when they started winning.
That's when they started winning.
Yeah.
And Seattle's success has translated to what? Okay, so you're talking about the Seattle Kraken is in there now. That market looks like a very fruitful market. So the NHL has gone into that market, and they're always talking about maybe the Supersonics will come back to the NBA, back in that Seattle market. So, Seattle Seahawks have shown that a franchise that's run right can produce, make money, and put out a quality thing, so that people will watch. So
Yep.
Seattle's a good market apparently for sports, and somebody's gonna capitalize on that and get themselves a really solid franchise.
But to your point, they were all riding the wave of what Paul Allen did for the Seahawks,
Yep.
because I
And the
believe
Mariners
didn't the
Mariners are still there.
Supersonics leave that town?
Yes, they did. The Supersonics
Okay.
left. The Mariners are still there.
Mm-hmm.
So they're successful to a degree. They don't ever go deep in the playoffs or anything like that, but they're pretty steady.
I don't think they'll move. We talked pregame, guys, about this, and he was concerned they might move. And
Yeah.
I say no. There's no way they'd move that franchise. It'd be stupid to do it. But hey, they moved the Cleveland Browns when they sold out every game, even though they were losers, right? So
the Raiders
who the hell
moved,
knows?
and they were Super Bowl champions.
Some gun that wants a team might just buy it and send them to Utah, man. Who the hell knows?
Yep.
We don't know, but let's hope it doesn't happen, because the Seattle fans don't deserve it. That's for sure, because they support that team no matter what. They've always been there. Okay. Next up, NFL World reacts to rough Russell Wilson news. Geno beat Russell Wilson. God, are you sure this isn't an old article? This is a couple of weeks ago. Gotta be. They were sputtering on offense. They were.
Russell Wilson has been in the news quite a bit, man.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, I'm not going to delve into this too much, but they do need to let him start cooking, I would say. I don't know.
Maybe he doesn't have the tools anymore to start cooking anything.
Yes, he does. If you watch the games, man, it's one of those run first, play action offenses, and he's under center now. He's never done that. He's always been a shotgun guy, so it's going to be interesting to see. Let me see. What is
well?
This one
that means he's in a timing offense now, where he's going to have to 1, 2, 3 balls out, 1, 2, 3, 4 balls out. So that's a heavy learning curve for a guy that is not used to doing that.
Yeah.
You remember Montana teams never were in the shotgun. Bradshaw teams were never in the shotgun. Roger Staubach, he was in passing situations. He'd be in the shotgun.
Yeah.
Okay. So it
Okay.
depends on the
Hang on 1 second. All right. Stop it. Slow down. Now we're going to show you guys some videos here. This one right here, I'm not going to use any sound, but it was tweeted out, and it was leading up to the Detroit Minnesota game, and I just wanted to show this to show people why I dig this game, man. It is just, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and add the sound here. Hang on. Let me remove that. Stop sharing. This clip right here is why I love the game of football. This is the kind of moments that I'd love to see. This is last year when the downtrodden Detroit Lions actually won their first game, and it was against the Minnesota Vikings. Check this out. Check out Jared Goff's reaction. Apparently they won that game in overtime. Hang on. And that's what I watch football for, stuff like that, man. That guy has been so maligned ever since he left LA, like he was the big problem because they won the Super Bowl without him and everything. But that's fun. That's fun to me. I think that's just
that's cool. Yeah. I still don't think Detroit's going to win a Super Bowl with him. I think they're still on the lookout for their future, because I don't think that's him. But
yeah. Now, Another fun moment. I just tried to load it up a second ago and it wouldn't play, but I'm going to find it again because it's just too juicy not to show. It is just too damn awesome. Is this one right here from, hang on one second. Let me pause it as soon as I can here. Okay. Yeah, let's do this, man. Check this
Dead
out.
air.
Dead air. Dead air. Hang on, I got to share the sound because this is just too delicious right here, man. It is too delicious. I got to tell you, it really is. Let me.
It sounds cool, man. It sounds like it's going to be kick-ass.
I'm sure it sounds like it's going to be kick-ass. This is the reaction of
That's
the
what's up.
Buffalo Bills offensive coordinator whenever they, after the last play of their loss to the Miami Dolphins. Check it out.
They run out of time in the end, and the offensive coordinator, Dorsey. They run out of time in the end, and the offensive coordinator, Dorsey.
That is what you call complete awesomeness right there, bro. I love it.
You don't see any of those other assistant coaches or anything even approaching him because they know what that tantrum's about. That display was designed by him for that situation, for this guy to get the slant, get out of bounds because the pattern's going to run him towards the sideline.
Right.
What does this guy do? He cuts it upfield for 5 more yards, and in essence, he kills
runs the clock out. Runs the clock out, and they lose.
May have cost that dude his job, dude.
Right? He is just throwing shit. You know what I wonder? I wonder if he started throwing shit before the clock ran out. When he realized the guy got tackled and bounced. That's probably when he started throwing shit.
He probably did. Because he knew the guy killed the freaking clock. He's like, bro, situational football, man.
It's another one of them millionaires that we love in the Jock Strap. Speaking of millionaires acting stupid, let's talk about this one. Taylor Rooks responds to Stephen A. Smith calling out white folks over that. Pronounce his name, Daniel. I can't do this.
His name, bro, is Ama Aduka.
Udoko?
There you go.
What is it?
Ama Aduka.
I'm a Duka? I'm a Udoko. I'm a
Joko now. You don't mess with your VP. You don't mess with the boss.
Situation tweet. Okay. Now, let's see. Stephen A. Smith has a problem with how the Celtics handled the Ema Dookie thing. The Boston head coach is facing a suspension that could be as long as a full season after he was implicated in having a consensual affair with a team employee, a violation of the organization's guidelines. Let's see what this tweet says. Taylor Rooks says, absolutely. If I'm a broke contact. See, it's hard for me to read this because I thought that was his last name. If I'm a broke, conduct rules give him the appropriate punishment, of course. But this major rush to find out every inner working of his relationships is gross, and it only gains steam because everyone's incessant need to know about people's personal lives and home life. Do we want to hear what Stephen A. Smith has to say?
No, I don't care what Stephen A. Smith has to say. Number one, you don't mess around with your wife. Number two, you don't mess around with the boss's wife. And that's why it's plastered all over social media now, because he did that. If it was just something else, you wouldn't see it on social media. Number three, when ESPN stopped reporting sporting news and went to a more social network with personalities and all.
Yeah.
This is the bed that they made. And then you got Stephen A. Smith being all uppity about it, right? Because how dare. If it wasn't for personalities, ESPN would not have Stephen A. Smith on there, because if they would just stick to what they used to do, is report sporting news and not get into the social implications, this wouldn't be a problem, and you wouldn't see Stephen A. Smith talking about this and talking about that. But this is the road ESPN decided to go down.
Yeah.
And that's the story.
Or as I like to call them, the Communist News Network. But, hey, that's just me.
Yeah. Look, the guy should not have messed around his wife, and he shouldn't have messed around with the boss's wife if he didn't want it all over, social media. This is what happens. I mean, can't do that.
Now, before we get out of the Jock Strap, Dan, I'll go ahead and ask you on air, who you got tonight in Cincinnati? The undefeated Dolphins or your boy Joe Burrow at 1-2? Who you got?
Man, I would love to pick the Bungles, but they still. I mean, Burrow had a great game too against the Jets, but that was the Jets. Miami's on the rise. I'm going to take Cincinnati at home.
Okay, yeah, I hear you. I'm going with the Dolphins. I'm going to stay on the Dolphins until they lose.
I think
Dolphins' house. So
I think you'd get kicked out of your house if you didn't.
Yeah, I'd hate to be. Yeah, I'd hate to be on the couch for a month. Yeah, that would suck. Yeah, for sure. Okay, well, you know what? Our boy.
What do we got?
What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got?
Well, you know what we got. We got the Flix, baby. We got the Flix. And when we talk about Flix, boys and girls, we're not just talking about, movies. We're talking about comic books. We're talking about music. We're talking about all that pop culture stuff.
We're talking about Luke getting his hand cut off. We're talking about
we're talking about my man Bruce Willis trying to dodge some gunfire and Rocky and Dolph Lundgren beating the shit out of each other. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, no doubt. Who do we got here? Christian says there's a rumor out there that the Seattle Seahawks are good. Is that true, Joe? Laugh out loud. Yeah, I see you laughing.
Shots fired.
It's easy to laugh when somebody's down, bro. You go ahead.
Fired.
It may be. I just hope our drought this time is not as long as it was before we started winning to begin with, because it was 30 years, man. Okay.
Shots fired.
Let's hope not. Christian, you're a low down, dirty snake for that. Thank you, sir. No, I'm a realist. I'm not a homer. I'm a realist, bro. My wife is the Dolphins fan in this house, so I support her. Luckily, we have a team that's winning in this house. So, hey, there we go. So let's get to the stories out of Hollywood. First of all, I got to bring up you know what? Hang on one second. I'm going to go ahead and bring up I'll bring up the box office receipts in a minute. Let's go with our articles for right now, and I'll grab that in just a second while we're talking about this one. Christian Bale reveals why he shunned Chris Rock on set. I can't do it anymore, he says.
Yeah, that's a funny article.
I often meet these incredible people, but I isolate myself. Christian Bale said he had a hard time on the set of Amsterdam with co-star Chris Rock, but it wasn't because they didn't get along. Just the opposite. Chris made Christian laugh so much he couldn't stay in character. That's awesome, man.
Right,
while working on the David O. Russell film. Chris is so bloody funny, I found that I couldn't act because I was just becoming Christian laughing at Chris Rock. He told IndieWire, adding, so I had to go to him. I went, mate, I love talking to you, and we have mutual friends, but I can't do it anymore.
Yeah,
because David didn't ask me to make this film so he could just watch me giggle.
Can you imagine? Being on set with Chris Rock would be a riot.
He wants me to be Bert, and I'm forgetting how to be Bert.
Yeah, Christian Bale is a consummate pro, man.
Fantastic, man.
Can you imagine?
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Well, Bale if I can get this thing working. Bale he's one of my favorite actors. I mean, yeah, he's very stringent. He's one of those method actors that wants to be in the role, and all that good stuff. But I love him. I
Yeah.
think he's awesome.
You've heard his tirades before about, when the lighting guy, or somebody steps into his light, so he's intense when he takes on these roles.
And this is the thing, though. He's kind of like you, and this is a mindset my brother has. He's striving for perfection, and sometimes it derails him,
Sure.
And you've got to be able to dial that back. And I think that's Christian dialing it back, going, "Hey, man, look, I love you to death, but give me a break, bro."
Right, or we'll never get through
I'm
these.
trying to do my damn job, man.
That is funny.
That is awesome. Okay, let's see. Let me go ahead and pop this up here. I think I just found it. Yes, here we go. Let's get that up, and I'll go ahead and refresh it.
Refresh.
Yes, I'm going to refresh. Let's see. Give me my weekend. Okay, that would be the last weekend, and here we go. Let's see if your boy got back in there. I see an old movie already. Hang on, let's see. Don't Worry, Darling opens at number 1 with 19 million. Now, I've seen some of this, and it looks, or not some of the movie, but I've seen the trailer for it. It looks very strange. It's one of those
Look
weird
at there.
movies.
Still in the top 10, bro.
Let me get this comment, and we'll get right to it. Christian says he always makes everything and everybody better. Talking about Christian Bale.
Sure.
Is what he's talking about. Yeah, great actors. Actually, greatness in any profession brings everybody up. It really does.
Sure.
Yeah, Don't Worry, Darling's number 1. Number 2 is Woman King with 11 million. Avatar, they knocked the dust off of that movie, and it made 10 million. So these two above it.
The original,
they re-released it, and it made 10 million. And these are two brand new movies that didn't even double it.
Joe John.
Yes.
Actually re-released the original Avatar movie. Is that right?
Yes. 2022 re-release. Yes.
Unbelievable.
Absolutely. Walt Disney owns it now, and they've re-released it.
Disney's
doing that a lot now.
I wonder what Disney altered in that freaking movie.
I don't know. Maybe they got rid of the side bloob. I don't know. Who knows? But Barbarian is number 4, which I think is a horror movie. See How They Run is number 5. And then Pearl, Bullet Train, DC Super Pets. And yes, they're still in the top 10, Dan. His pick for movie of the year.
I'm telling you. How can you deny it? It's still in the top 10. Check it out.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with the Academy Awards.
I give a shit less. Exactly, because the Academy does not listen to the people. That's for sure.
No,
look at that gross, total gross.
I see it. And we had some sad news out of Hollywood this week.
Academy Awards, because it's all
not super sad, but for us Star Wars fans, it is sad to know that James Earl Jones, the legendary voice of Darth Vader, has officially retired from the role. Jones debuted as Darth Vader in 1977.
Yeah.
And most recently appeared in Disney Plus's series. He has signed over the rights to use his voice via artificial intelligence.
Yeah. I have to tell you, when I first started reading this headline, I immediately thought James Earl Jones, legendary voice of Darth Vader. I was like, if this thing says he died today, but it didn't. So that was the only thing I was concerned about. So he retires from the role. Look, you talk about an iconic role, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Darth Vader? Are you kidding me? Good Lord.
He couldn't do anything else and not be associated. You watch him in The Hunt for Red October. You immediately think, Darth Vader.
Yep. Vader. Absolutely, man. And he's one of the look. I remember, I think the first thing I ever saw him in was Conan, and he was great in that movie, dude.
Yep.
I mean, Conan is one of my favorite movies all time, brother. And I just think he was fantastic in that movie as that crazy son of a gun, man. Okay, let's see what's next. Oh yeah, let's hear about actually somebody taking the headlines off of the Flash guy, right? Ezra Miller. He's not the top flake anymore, apparently.
No, yeah.
Riverdale actor.
Show. I believe Rhonda, is she there? Ask her. I think she's the one
No,
that said.
she's got a board meeting tonight. She's out of pocket tonight, but
I see.
she did send us this story out of Deadline. Riverdale actor Ryan Grantham sentenced to life behind bars after killing his mother.
Wow. Look, I'm telling you, these young actors that they grow up in fantasy world, dude, it's got to skew their mental stability, right? I mean, how many times have you seen these kind of stories where they do something violent, they OD, or this? I don't know that I've ever seen one of these young actors kill, their mother or father, but it just seems to me that I don't know how healthy it is for these guys and girls to live long term in fantasy world like that, man. So
yeah, I mean, it comes down to parenting. I mean, Ron Howard seemed to do okay with it. Kurt Russell did fine with it. I mean, we've seen plenty of guys come up through the Hollywood system, even the Disney system, and end up okay. But then again, you got those guys like what was the kid's name in Lost Boys? Cameron something.
man.
Flake turned out to be a flake, and Ezra Miller. Just look at him and how he's ended up. It's just bizarre. Small Town Republic, how you doing, Matt? It's good to see you. He was on with me last night for State of the Atmosphere. He says there is only one voice of Darth Vader. Yeah, it's going to be weird to hear it as an AI voice, isn't it?
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what that sounds like. Christian says he must have seen the new series and said, screw this.
And he kills his mother. Okay.
No. We're talking about Darth Vader.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Because everything that Disney's putting out now is like dedicated to ripping down the original fan base and just pissing all over that and doing whatever politically correct.
Andor hasn't. I've watched 2 episodes. We watched another episode of it last night. I'm just doing it slowly because watching Andor is kind of like, Dan, it's like watching Black Widow. You know how they're going to end up. It's a story, but it's the guy from Rogue One that's going to end up getting whacked. What? Okay, it's a prequel. Okay, cool, yay. But it is. I have to agree with Matt from last night. It is the best thing that Disney Star Wars has put out so far, which is kind of a low bar, but it's decent. Yeah, it's decent. Okay, let's see what else we have here.
What do we got?
Oh yeah, this broke my heart right here, Danny. Yeah, it did, because this is, and I'm gonna have some trivia for you guys. I'm gonna be interested to see who can answer my trivia question on this one. Yes, Nurse Ratched herself from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Louise Fletcher, died this week at the age of 88.
That's a shame.
This pulls at my heartstrings because it's one of my favorite movies. My daughter bought me the special edition. I can't remember which anniversary of it was, but she got me this really nice box set with a lot of stills in it and stuff for the anniversary of it. And Louise Fletcher, who won the Best Actress Oscar for her role as Nicholson's cruel screen nemesis, Nurse Ratched. I can't tell you how many times I've called Rhonda Nurse Ratched, because when she gets
it seems to be that the tag phrase or tag
for a mean nurse. Yeah, somebody
mean
that's
nurse Ratched. Yeah.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest died. She was 88 years old. She died in her sleep, like we all hope we can. Surrounded by her family at her home.
That's the way to go, right?
It is. I don't know if you and I know how lucky she is. I mean,
Good for her.
Montdarès, France, on Friday, her agent David Saul tells USA Today no cause of death was given. Well, she's 88. I'm sure she passed away because she was a pretty girl when she was younger, and she was middle aged by the time she played Nurse Ratched.
I was going to say, I don't remember seeing her as a as a young actress. I mean, you'd have to go really far back before my time for sure. But
this is one of
iconic
my
role right there. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Now, guys, the trivia question is this, and I'll give you till the end of our segment here to get the answer, which is not going to be far because I've got some stuff to talk about, and then we're going to be moving on. But this movie, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, is one of only two that swept the top five, the biggies, the top five awards at the Academy Awards. Only two movies have done that. Oh, hang on. We got a comment here. Let's see. Christian says River Phoenix and Jacqueline are screwed up. There's something to be said about the acting profession and weak minds. Yeah,
I believe that. I totally believe that.
Yeah,
because you have to put yourself somewhere else and outside of reality and try to make that your own reality. And then when that job is done, then you have to try to retool yourself to what is reality. You know,
how about the fact that they're faking the whole time and trying to please people?
Well, and that's what I'm saying. You know, you put yourself in a fantasy world and every emotion that creates, and then when that job is done, now you have to come back to reality and retool your thought process. I mean, that can't be good. You know, that yo-yo effect kind of thing, you know?
Right. Well, okay. Getting back to my trivia question, guys. Only two movies have swept the top 5 awards. These awards being Best Picture, Best Director, Best Screenplay, Best Actor, and Best Actress. Those 5 are the biggest awards in the show. Okay? They're usually split up between several movies. This movie swept all 5. There's only one other movie that's done it. Comment in the chat if you know what it is, and don't look it up on Google. If you know what it is,
I got it wrong.
Yeah, he got it wrong. And just to help you out, he said it was Dances with Wolves, and he was wrong. Let's see. Christian says Gone with the Wind or Forrest Gump. Wrong on both counts, sir.
Christian, you can only make one guess, sir. This is not play the field. One guess, all in or nothing. This is how we play the game.
Small Time Republic says he thinks it's Roadhouse. Well, since you're the only two in this discussion, I'll go ahead and reveal that Small Time Republic is wrong as well. It's Silence of the Lambs, boys and girls, the adventures of Hannibal the Cannibal. It swept the top 5 awards
next time you do that, next time you do that trivia, you should wait till the end of the show to give the answer.
Yeah, but I know we've only got 2 guys involved right now, so they both gave their answers.
But what about the millions of people that
the millions of others? Okay, I got you. Yeah, I will wait next time. Next time I do trivia. Okay, but anyway, this is the one that did it. 1991's The Silence of the Lambs.
That's a great movie. Great movie.
Yeah, it is a fantastic movie. This is one of Rhonda's favorites, believe it or not. She hates horror movies, but she loves this one. And I keep telling her, Rhonda, you do know this is a horror movie. And she's like, no, it's a psychological thriller. I'm like, Rhonda, it's a horror movie. What are you talking about?
It's a total psychological thriller. I'm with her on that. Every cast member in this movie has gone on to great success.
Yes, they have. Every one of them. Yeah. Jodie Foster is a flake, but she makes great movies, man.
Yeah.
I can list a bunch that I love that she's made.
That's a great cast. Yeah. Every one of those guys and girls in there, you recognize.
Anthony Hopkins has done some great stuff, man. All of them. And the guy that directed it, I can't even remember his name right now off the top of my head, but he's done some good stuff too. Okay, so one other thing I wanted to go over. Let's go ahead and take a look at the tweets today. Hang on, let me get off the screen for a second. We're going to look at the stories today coming out of the Rippaverse, boys and girls.
Rippaverse.
And why? Because, it was all supposed to be a ripoff. We weren't ever supposed to get a book. We weren't ever supposed to get anything. Right? Well, boys and girls,
Yes.
I got mine yesterday. And as you can see, it's in full color. It was bagged and boarded. And I'm just to have a collector's item, I go ahead and keep the packaging because it's got the Rippaverse logo on it. Yes.
Yes, dude.
I still haven't cracked it open, but let's take a look at some of these tweets. A lot of them the first day were freaking hilarious, man, because they were calling out people that were hating on it, saying, "Oh yeah, it was all fake, right? We're never going to get these books." The beginning of a new era. Thank you, Rippaverse and Eric July, and everyone who worked on this. Hashtag Rippaverse. Jeremy Prime. Congratulations, Eric July, for successful launching. Never doubt this man. He's also exposing so many clowns while doing it. Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah, I mean, if you scroll down and just search Rippaverse, you're going to find all kinds of stuff going on.
Well, I'm hoping to get mine this week, and then I'll show it on next week's show because I got the mystery cover.
Yeah, you got the C one. That's the one you got, was the C cover, and I think that one they showed it already. I think I showed it to you already. I believe that one's going to be the team that's going to shows up in the book later on. Let's see. Christian says the 90s were great. Silence of the Lambs, X-Files, Millennium. Yeah,
no doubt.
You know what's funny about the X-Files, man? We were talking about this last night, me and Matt from Small Time Republic, because I brought up Kolchak, the Night Stalker, which was kind of it was a precursor to the X-Files. And anyway, that movie, the first one, Fight the Future, that movie was awesome, man. I love that flick. It's one of my favorite movies ever.
Yeah.
But wow, how bad was that second one, Dan?
It was terrible.
Oh my God.
It was terrible.
It was like a gay Frankenstein story. It was so weird.
Terrible. I was like,
I mean, yeah. The only reason why I didn't get up and leave the theater it was because we were all having a good laugh over it, actually. I mean, didn't we take Daniel Jr. to that? Because he was a big fan too, wasn't he?
I can't remember. I did a total mind delete on that because it was so bad.
It was bad. It was super bad.
God, it was terrible.
Yeah. But that first one, Fight the Future, awesome shit.
Great movie. Awesome. Great movie.
Yeah. Okay.
It was in line with the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a progression of the show.
I think the show was still in production, and I think didn't they put that out between seasons? It wasn't.
I think they did because the following season it just went on with the storyline.
Right, it had a cliffhanger ending or something like that. I can't remember exactly how it went.
That second movie was terrible. I mean, it was like they just grabbed it out of left field. I don't know if the same producer, director, writer. There's something to be said for consistency, right?
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. Fun fact: since you mentioned Frankenstein, Boris Karloff was only 5'11". Really? That's amazing. As many monsters as he played? Good Lord. Wow. Okay.
These people look big on the big screen. Look at Tom Hanks, or not Tom Hanks, Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Whoever knew he was so short until much later, right, when it came out.
Yeah.
And talk about terribly cast for Jack Reacher. He should never been cast for that. The movie's kick-ass, but if you're a diehard fan of that character, which a lot of people were, they were really up in arms about him being cast in that role. Because Jack Reacher's a huge man,
But to his credit, he did a good job in those movies. It's just right. He's
awesome.
Physically not imposing, but I like those Jack Reacher movies with him in them. They're not the greatest. The second one, yeah, you got the strong, independent women.
Kinder, gentler Jack Reacher, whatever, dude. Give me a break. Just be what you are. That's what made you successful.
Just be what you are. Quit nerfing everything. He's a killer. He's a straight up killer.
Be a man. Be a man.
I gotta clip that one, Dan.
Yes, dude.
You gotta look when we get done. You gotta send it to me so I can. I'm an old bastard. Yeah, be a man. If you guys don't know what we're talking about the In-Laws. If you've never seen the In-Laws, find that movie and watch it. You will laugh your ass off. I'm not talking about the new one with Michael Douglas. No, not the remake. The original with Peter Falk. Yes, Columbo. In a comic role that he should have done way more comedy than he did.
He really should have.
Priceless in that movie.
Serpentine shell.
Him and the ultimate straight man, Alan Arkin.
Alan Arkin is right,
dude. You have as the dentist.
Yeah.
Oh man, the tsetse flies that carry away small children, right?
Bro, that movie's a riot.
It is, man. It's fucking great. But anyway, watch that, and I'll be adding clips to that from that movie for sure. Okay, so Al is he's nagging me, man.
What do we got? What do we got?
Well, we got them earthquakes, man. That's what we got. We got them earthquakes, dude.
That poor lady trying to put that down.
She's trying to put that lipstick on, but there's too many things just messing her up, man. Dude. She just can't get it done. I don't know. I don't know what she's going to be able to do. It's crazy.
So bad.
Let's see what is shaking her up today. Well, here's the first story shaking her up today. San Francisco surveillance plan allowing police to access private cameras while, in real time.
Look,
tell you this again, guys.
Become like a banana republic kind of state, man. It's just so bizarre what goes on out there.
San Francisco on Tuesday approved of a new security policy allowing police to access thousands of private cameras in a live feed without a search warrant. The San Francisco Board of Supervisors, the legislative body for the city, voted 7-4 to test Mayor London Breed's surveillance camera proposal, which will take effect in 30 days and sunset in 15 months. Under the policy, San Francisco Police Department can access cameras owned by city residents and businesses who give police the okay to monitor them. Potentially opening up thousands of private surveillance cameras to officers. Wow. Yeah. Now the citizen has to give them the okay according to this.
Yeah, don't you believe that either, dude.
I was fixing to say, I know my phone's watching me because every time I say something, all of a sudden it ends up in my search results.
Hell yeah, it does.
Yeah. So, be mindful of this one, guys. Keep an eye on this one.
I mean, honestly, just the idea that they put that legislation forward, that shows you that they're like, look, it's like military tribunals, military court. They're not going to bring you charges against you unless they know they got a slam dunk case. They're not going to bring this legislation forward unless they know they can access these freaking cameras.
Well,
the customers, okay, yeah, right. Give me a break.
They've scared people enough to make them want to be okay with this stuff.
Yeah,
they've been ramping.
It would scare them. They've dumbed them down enough, and we don't teach our Constitution anymore, so people don't know the rights that they're giving up.
At the same time, Dan, ever since 9/11, they've been ramping up the fear factor.
No doubt.
Let's see.
They've been ramping up the fear factor from day one, dude. You just go all the way
Christian
back to
says,
colonial days. So.
Yeah. Christian says, shits and needles, San Fran.
Yeah.
Talking about all the homeless in the streets there.
Yeah.
It's a sad situation. Sad situation. I'm having to blow all these up because they're so small, but that's okay. The next one we got, very strange story. This one, WWJ anchor killed, 4 wounded in Chesterfield Township domestic attack. Did it say what city this took place in?
Chesterfield. I have no idea.
Chesterfield Township.
It's just another sad freaking cautionary tale.
I'm looking to see what it says.
Michigan?
It's is that what it says? Michigan?
Scroll down. I saw Michigan. Scroll back down. Scroll down. Scroll down. Or maybe not.
Okay. Maybe
You
not.
see right
But
there the
anyway,
underline? I don't know if that's means anything.
yeah,
No, that's something else. So.
yeah. Okay. So it says the WWJAM anchor was killed and 4 people were hurt during a domestic situation in Chesterfield Township that ended with the
Well,
attacker
Detroit Free Press, so it's got to be Michigan, right?
Yeah, it's got to be Michigan. Yep. Trying to kill himself, police said. Yeah, this is crazy. Apparently, the victims were Matthews, his girlfriend, and 2 children were
Wow,
hospitalized as
dude.
well.
Come on, man.
That's crazy. It's got to be an ex of the girl, right? Got to be an ex of the girl. But that's
Why
just
kill it? Oh, man.
yeah, it makes no sense, man.
And
And
then he
tried to
killed
kill himself.
right?
That's
Why
how
didn't
all
you
of these
kill
end.
yourself first and be done with it, man? Shit.
Yeah, right. But no, they want attention. They want to take other people with them. It's sick, dude. Let's see what else we got. Oh
Yeah, I don't know what kind of attention you get when you're dead, so, you're not going to realize it anyway.
right.
So fucked up.
Prosecutors will not recommend charging Matt Getz in sex trafficking investigation, reports say.
Just to have your name in that headline. I mean, there's some smoke there, so somebody was looking at him for something, right?
Prosecutors will not recommend charging GOP Representative Matt Getz with sex trafficking, reported by the Washington Post. Sources
He's
told the
under
Post
investigation since 2020. It could still be charged if new evidence. See, there's some smoke there, right? But this is just another story of a freaking perverted politician. And I don't give a shit what side of the aisle you extreme to.
Yeah.
When the cameras go off, all of those fuckers are up there having lunches together and they're laughing at all of us.
Yeah.
So this idea that this side's right and that side's right, that's the that's the cancer on our society. We need to get away from that because all these jokers up there are complicit, man, and we're getting laughed at.
Yeah. I think it's like anything else. I think there's not like anything else. Excuse me. I think there's a large percentage of them that are grifting. No doubt about it.
No doubt.
I think there's a few that are up there trying to do the right things, but they're the minority. No doubt about it.
Look, you remember Eddie Murphy's comedy? What is it called? An Honorable Man or something like that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A lot of truth in that movie.
Let's see. Christian talking about the last story about the AM guy, wife gone crazy.
I don't know, man.
I don't. Could be.
Afraid you ran a book in that situation. That's for sure.
Let's see. Small Time Republic says about this one, there is something about Getz that is off. Yeah, he looks like a friggin' serial killer to me, dude.
Leo Getz.
Bernard Getz? Connection?
Okay.
Leo Getz. They fuck you at the drive-thru.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Okay, let's see this next one. Bam! NASA spacecraft crashes into asteroid in defense test. Let's see. A NASA spacecraft rammed into an asteroid at blistering speed Monday in an unprecedented dress rehearsal for the day a killer rock menaces Earth. Yeah, I remember this. They were trying to redirect the asteroid. And I don't think they found out yet or not.
This is our plan to slam a freaking multi-billion-dollar satellite into a rock to alter its freaking course, right?
Right.
This is what NASA came up with.
Yeah.
Let's just smash a satellite into it.
See what happens.
You know
Let's
what I
take
mean?
a look.
Let's take a look, eh?
You just
see what happens,
do some
eh?
testing. You got to do some testing, see what's going to work, right? No doubt about it.
And like we talked about earlier, Tommy asked the question. So if they alter its course and it slams into another planet that has life on it,
right?
What does that say, right?
Right. Absolutely. All right, boys.
Can't make an omelet, bro.
You can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. Christian says Rand Paul seems to be your straightest arrow. Yeah, Rand Paul, I got to give it to Rand Paul. He speaks his mind and he sticks to it. You know, I would hate to see
Is
any
he
kind
the
of
cat
scandal.
from Kentucky with the Jerry curl?
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
Yep. He's the one that calls them all out, man. You know,
He really
he's the
does.
one that they try and silence when he starts asking questions, man.
He's a libertarian, right? Doesn't he go into the libertarian?
Yes. And he's the one that gave Fauci so much hell when he first got in front of Congress, man. Yeah, he's the one that just lit him up. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, boys and girls.
So we're slamming satellites into rocks to see if we can alter the course. Okay, gotcha.
Yes, we're doing that, man.
There you go, NASA.
Way to go, NASA. Way to
go. How much money would we blow on that deal?
Your engineers, what was that in Armageddon? Bruce Willis, he's like, and this is the best that you can. This is the best the government can do. This is all
you're NASA, for Christ's sake. You guys are always thinking shit up and people backing you up. This is the best we can do. Slamming satellites into rocks.
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus.
I love that movie, man. I know it's friggin'
great, man. It's great.
It's way out of whack, but it's a great movie. Okay, boys and girls. Al keeps pulling at my damn shoestrings, man.
What do we got? What do we got? What do we got?
I have the utmost respect for Kurt Warner for going in there. I have the utmost respect for Kurt Warner for going in there.
We got
the utmost respect for Kurt Warner for going in there and getting slaughtered.
And getting smoked.
I'm telling you right now, that Bear defense in the 80s was badass. That Saint defense that we had when we won the Super Bowl, that was a bunch of outlaws right there, dude. Straight outlaws. That was like an old Raider outfit right there.
Yeah, they were dynamite. Christian says, thanks for keeping me entertained. No problem, brother. No problem. We've only got a couple of segments left.
Thanks for tuning in, brother.
Yeah, for sure. And he says, and Joe, I only tease the ones I love. I know, man. I know. I got you. You just keep them memes coming, dude, because you kill it with those memes. I may have to put a new segment on this show, Meme of the Week by Credence Gold 33. That's what he's known by on Gilded, Dan. That's where I see his memes at. I may have to do that, man. I may have to peruse your memes and make sure it's a highlight of the show. But the one we got to go to right now was one we missed out on last week, guys, because Dan was so busy bottling water that he couldn't get around to it. We got it for you this week, though, folks.
Yeah.
We got it for you this week. It is, as you know, what we do around here. It is the
Fan favorite
Jack Award. Yeah. You know that guy that's trying to do good, he's trying to do some good things, and he just can't quite get it done, But guess what, boys and girls? Guess what? It may be the top guy because it's the Otis POTUS Part 2. That's right. Otis POTUS Part 2 this week. Yes.
Look, man.
Ball has done it again, boys and girls. Totally.
He is the gift that keeps on giving, man. He is the gift that keeps on giving.
The gift that keeps on giving. Where's Jackie?
Him and his son are just they should go on the road, man. Him and his son.
Start a comedy
group.
Oh man. Yeah. Where's Jackie? Biden asks dead Indiana representative to identify herself in a crowd.
Bad. So bad.
Look at these comments, man. Christian says Creedence Gold 13. That's his tag. I thought it was 33, man. Sorry about that. And then Small Time Republic says Simple Joe.
Simple Joe. I mean, honest to God.
Otis POTUS Part 2. It's Simple Joe Biden. There you
I'll be
go.
totally honest with you, people. I look for other winners every week,
He tries.
but he does something that I just can't ignore. This one right here. I remember reading this article about this lady's death and the people that were with her in August. It was a sad, sad story. And fast forward to what? We're almost in October, and they have this benefit. And
Joe
here's
is
our
looking for her in the crowd.
he's calling her up to the stage. This is our president. Where you at, Jackie? Come on, Jackie. Jackie here? Where? Jackie? Where you at, Jackie? Come on up. Come on. You did like, come on. Come on, Jackie.
I mean,
Can't somebody yank him off the fucking stage when he does that shit? He's my president.
Well, Dan.
Stupid is, stupid does, sir.
Stupid us, sir. It's just sad. And again, I do actively look for other winners. But Otis POTUS, man, he just rallies. I mean, he knocks people right out of the way. And this right here it's terrible, man. That's all I have to say about that.
Never go full retard.
Never go full retard. And he does every time.
Constantly, man. Constantly. How you gonna call up a dead person to the stage, man?
And just to compound things, here's Small Time Republic letting us know that Biden released a statement when she died. And apparently he don't remember doing it.
That's so fucking bad.
Christian says, do you think Joe slaps Joe around?
What is going on?
That's awesome. Oh, God, Christian, you too much, man. Do you think he slaps himself around? Man. Good Lord, man. Well, he is this week's Simple Jack Award winner.
Award winner goes out to Otis POTUS, man.
You know it does. Now, my last word tonight, boys and girls, is just something that it's kind of bittersweet, guys. I'm both hyped and mortified about this week's release of, let me see if I can find it real quick. I didn't pull it up yet. Oh, well, I'll do it real fast. Like,
hello.
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 Hello. All I have to do is go to my history and find it because I haven't watched many videos today and I've watched that several times. So it's here somewhere. Let's see. Where are you? Where are you? Am I lying? No, I found it. Okay. Hang on. Let's see. I'm going to
You're hanging on.
I know you are.
Collectively. The collective we, as the dude would say, the collective we.
The collective we? Okay. I have to remove that, stop sharing it, redo it. But I found out this week, my best friend in the entire world, Dallas, texted me this on Monday. It dropped on Monday. Or actually, might have been Tuesday. Yeah, it was the day before. It was Tuesday. Boys and girls, the trailer for The Last of Us dropped. Now, anybody that knows the history of this game knows that the original game is regarded as one of the greatest, and I consider it one of my top 5. It's an awesome game. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but it's a survival game and it's a lot of fun. It's called The Last of Us, and it tells the story of a guy that's trying to get a teenage girl across the country to try to find a cure for what's wiped out most of the population, and it's several years after it's shown up. Hang on one second. We have a comment here. Small Time says he also shakes hands with imaginary people on stage. Yes, he does.
He does.
Yes, he does. Joe does that quite a bit. Yes, he does. But anyway, anybody knows the history of this game knows why I feel bittersweet about this, because I'm hoping it takes 2 or 3 seasons to cover the first game, because in the second game we know what happens to the main character. He gets offed in a really stupid way, but here, I'm going to go ahead and play this just for you guys to get a feel of it, and we'll talk about it afterwards. Parts of that trailer give me goosebumps every time I see it, dude. I cannot wait to see it on the screen, dude. The game itself, the first game, like I said, it tells the story of a guy that is totally checked out. He's kind of like you were with politics, okay? Totally checked out. It's years after this. It's not zombies, Dan. They're infected with a plant-based fungus infection, and matter of fact, if you breathe the spores, it'll kill you, right? The spores, and these things produce spores. You have to watch it when you're shooting at them and stuff, because some of them will have spore pockets on them. You know what I mean, in the game, and yeah, it's crazy. But he's totally checked out. It's years into the post-apocalyptic world where these things exist, and he's asked to escort this girl across the country to Seattle, Washington, where they are trying to find a cure for what's going on. And she's immune to it. She can breathe the spores all day and they don't affect her. So and the thing is that, and I don't really want to spoil it for the folks that are going to watch it, but as the journey it goes on, where he's trying to protect this girl, it ends up being a father-daughter story by the end of it, and he really cares about her. And it is completely awesome. It really is. And the only bad thing is, we all know what happened in Last of Us 2. That sorry piece of shit, Neil Druckmann, whose name is on here, he kept his IP, which you can't blame him. He came up with all this stuff, so he came up with the good one and the bad one. I'm just really hyped for it. I can't wait till next year when it comes out. I'm gonna enjoy it. Let's see. Christian says, "Okay, Joe, you got me hooked. Weekly Wednesdays and Thursdays, and your brother is pretty cool too." Okay, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, he's the comedy man. I couldn't laugh as much as I do without this guy. He comes with up with all the cutscenes we use. That's all him, man. He comes up with all of it. He loves to have a good laugh. That's the main reason why we do this, is so we can spend some time together and talk about stuff.
Yeah, because we cut each other up, man. It's a good
we're
time.
We're both very patriotic Americans, and we try to keep up on current events, and this is our way to do it and not drive ourselves crazy with it. So, with that being said, looking forward to that show. I hope they take a few seasons to get through that first game before they bring Big Mama Pump into the fucking story. So,
be aware, if that guy is associated with that show, he may run the same gamut, right? Good story, and then smash you at the end of it with something you might not like. So
yeah,
be aware, bro.
That's what I'm saying. It's bittersweet.
It reminds me of a DC. I believe it's DC. They have an alternate titles that they run, but it's called "Why the Last Man."
Mm-hmm.
Every male on Earth has died except for one guy, and they're traveling from the East Coast to the West Coast, trying to get him there safely, so they can figure out what it is about him.
Right.
He has that the rest of the males don't have. So it's interesting to see that kind of apocalyptic story.
I knew you'd get a kick out of it, because I know that's your kind of thing. You like those dark stories and stuff, and this is a dark one. It really is. And if it's done right, which, God, I'll be glad. See, the thing is, guys, you got to remember, when you're looking at entertainment, we all know the pendulum is starting to swing back. It really is. But here's the thing: we're watching stuff that was produced 2 years ago at the height of the wokeness, as I like to call it, the wokening. But let's hope that I'm hoping it's good, because I enjoyed the show. But anyway, you want to impart any nuggets of knowledge to the folk before I shut her down for tonight there, bro?
Wear your sunscreen. It's no joke.
Or you're going to get stitches in your back.
Just said my second procedure, man, and I didn't wear it when I was a kid. Wear your sunscreen. It takes 2 seconds to put it on, man. There you go.
Okay.
Thank God.
Well, you know what we got, what I got going on next. The next time you see me streaming, guys, it'll be working on the comic book. You guys have seen these every time I've done a show, but this is my thing. It's the comic book is called The Privateer, and it's my passion project. And you can see me work on it every Saturday at 1:30 in the afternoon Central Time. Come hang out with me and Just Fire Jim. We're almost done plotting the first issue. And by the way, guys, if you check out the banner here at the bottom, you can go to my Subscribe Star and actually see his backstory right now and several other things. I set up a couple of tiers. You can drop $1 and read his backstory, or you can drop $5 and see all the artwork I've been doing. So you can go check it out on my Subscribe Star. I am Joe's Atmosphere on every social media, so you can check it out there. But we do it live, 1:30 to 2:30, right before I go to work on Saturdays. And that's Central Time, 1:30 is Central, okay? And then after the next time you'll see me after that will be Sunday morning with Knock, the best game show, the best pregame show on YouTube, as far as I'm concerned, because I've got a guy that scouts every kind of football there is. He gives you. We start with a scouting report. Knock tells you all about the college football Saturday and what happened, and then we get into the week that was in the NFL and the week that is coming up. My cup of tea, the NFL. So if you can, drop by 2 hours before kickoff of the first games of the day. Actually, we'll have a game going on. It'll be about halftime when we start. There's one at 9:30 in the morning, I think, Eastern.
Yeah, it's the Saints-Vikings.
Saints-Vikings game is going to be about halftime when we start. So, yeah, 10 o'clock Central. Come hang out with me and Knock. We do about an hour and a half show, and we'll be keeping tabs on that Vikings-Saints game. And then, of course, Sunday night, I always do on Twitch. This is the only show I do on Twitch now. Papa Joe Gamer up way too late. That's my brother's favorite picture of me, looking like I'm just disgusted with what's going on in front of me. But anyway, it's just a night that I actually take some time, relax, play some video games, have a few cocktails and fails. I play several games right now. I'm doing a walkthrough of Fable 3 on the Xbox 360. But I play each game for about an hour. I do it from 11 Central to 2 in the morning. And that's, midnight to 3 Eastern. So look forward to that on Twitch.
I love that pick right there. That is a classic pick. And by the way, Christian, that is a great movie. That Book of Eli is awesome.
Let's
really
see.
is.
What's he talking about?
Good story.
Real quick. What's he saying? Another gem, Book of Eli. It seems everybody goes cross country. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And then, of course, the show we had last night, Small Time Republic was with me on it, and I hope he drops by again because I had a good time talking to him. The State of the Atmosphere. That's where I get together with you guys and talk to you about anything you want to talk about in the chat. Just let me know what you want to talk about. I always come in with about 3 subjects, but we can change it to whatever you want. And we can talk about whatever. Me and Matt were talking about a lot of things last night. But anyway, and don't forget the regular time. Dan's back in the house. The Hylunder is here. He's ready to go. Hopefully he'll have his axe next week, but it might be a couple of weeks. But anyway, it's the Brothers Hack the Matrix every Thursday at 6:30, and you know what that's all about because you've been sitting here watching it, folks. So listen, for me and my brother, I want to let you know that we appreciate you showing up. Let's see what we got here. Christian says, "Have a great night, boys." We're going to. Hey, we're alive and breathing. So
thank you everybody for showing up. Really appreciate it.
For sure, man. And listen, until I see you guys again, I want you all to keep on keeping on. God bless.